changing clothes. Girl got drunk, clothes out door. Oh, that man ain't got changing clothes. Girl got drunk, throw her clothes out door. Going up Milford Cedar, Whirly Fair, beating I'm going, baby there, going to Milford, see that Whirly Fair. You know, my beginnings came from when I was about 5, 6 years old, you know, watching my big daddy and my dad, you know, do house parties, you know, at the house on weekends. That was the, you know, the juke joint then is the house parties. And so, you know, as a little kid, I was there witnessing it, you know, dancing around and kicking up dust, you know. Just watch my big daddy and daddy play, and it's something I always wanted to do. I sat there all the time and watched my dad play drums, you know, and I said, I got to play those drums, you know, I got to play those drums. It was my favorite instrument, you know, by choice as soon as I looked at it. Mm-hmm. And, you know, nobody really sat me down and showed me anything. It was really me just watching and learning and then trying to mimic, you know, what they do, you know. And so I did it for a little while, and by the time I was 10 years old, I was playing in the juke joints. You know, I was too young to be in there. You know, the police would come and they would hide me behind a beer cooler, you know, until the police leave. And me and my uncle, Gary Burnside, he was about 12, and I was about 10, and we was the juke joint band.
Did you play too with Junior Kimbrough, another musician there, Osaijo Grandaddy?
Yeah, well, you know, I did most of my traveling, you know, with my big daddy, R.L. Burnside. Yeah. But every time, you know, I grew up in the juke joint before I started traveling, and that juke joint was Junior Kimbrough's juke joint, you know, and so I played behind Mr. Junior Kimbrough, and sometimes Mr. T. Marla Ford would come down, and Mr. Paul Wine Jones, you know, I would play behind all those guys, you know, and that's really who made me who I am today, you know, those cats, you know, from that area.
You come from Mississippi Hill Country.
Yes.
It's a really historic place for the blues. How is there now? There are a lot of people making blues.
Yeah, well, I have to say it's a lot of, you know, upcoming, you know, younger generation, you know, I think gonna keep it together. One of those bands is called Homemade Jams. They're from Tupelo, Mississippi, and I think they're a hot group, and they're gonna be hot for a long time.
Brothers or
brother and sister. The sister play drums, and two brothers play guitar and bass.
A couple of CDs from them.
And so I think the blues is gonna be real good, you know, here in the future. In my area, you know, Holly Springs, Mississippi is where I'm from, and you know that's the birth of the Hill Country Blues for R.L. Burnside and Junior Kimbrough. But in that area, it's a very rare blues, you know, Hill Country Blues. It's different from any blues you're gonna hear. And so to just hear anybody, you know, doing a Hill Country song, whether it's my big daddy, you know, R.L. Burnside or Junior Kimbrough, it makes me proud to just hear it because I know it'll be carried on. You know, it made a touch with people's heart, and you know, they would carry it on. So I'm proud of Hill Country Blues. You know.
You know, do you think is now actually in better shape, the blues there, than in the 19 or before? I ask you that because your granddaddy, I think he don't work full-time music until the 19th, maybe, no? And now you are full-time musician, right?
Yeah, you're exactly right. My big daddy, you know, he started getting ill in the, you know, late 90s, early 2000s. And, you know, before, you know, I was born, this blues was very rare, and, you know, barely anybody knew about it. And by the time I was 13 years old, I did my first tour with my big daddy. And, you know, that was in the early 90s, you know, and I started looking at this music progress as I traveled with it. And it got bigger and bigger. And by the time it started to get its recognition, which is in the late 90s, you know, early 2000s, that's when my big daddy was getting very ill. So I kind of hate that he didn't get the chance to, you know, really, you know, get to his peak of his, you know, career and really show him what Hill Country Blues is all about, you know. But that's another reason why I would love to keep it going. Not to fill his shoes or anything, because I honestly think that's impossible. You know, but to keep this music alive, yes, I will play it until I leave this world.
Do you think now on the younger generation like you, is there some influence of not soul music like in your daddy's generation, but rap or hip hop or another sounds, we say? No, music sounds, maybe or not?
You know, hear my big daddy music of the club mix, you know, the mix that they did, you know, with the hip hop and all that. And I honestly, I like it a lot. But I honestly think my big daddy was a straight up blues man. And he did that album because, you know, Fat Possum told him to do it. And it sold well, and it's still selling, and he made good money off of it. So that was a good idea on his part. But as far as on, you know, just keeping the blues alive, I think, you know, there's a lot of younger generation coming up, you know, that got a hold to this Hill Country style in music. And I think they're going to carry it on. You know, the Black Keys was one of them. You know, I'm so proud that they love this music enough to carry it on, you know, and let other people in all parts of the world know where it come from. The North Mississippi All-Stars. I'm so proud that they love this music enough to carry it on, you know, and me and them and, you know, Homemade Jams, we'll hopefully make an impact, you know, and carry this music all over the world.
From inside the real tradition, no,
yes.
Outside like us, no, inside.
You're working a lot here in Europe. Do you find that there are a good music for the real blues here? Or?
I think they love the blues over here. And I honestly love to play it. And to come play my music for people who just really love, like, I never saw people sing my music word for word. And just to hear people sing my music word for word in a different part of the world, it's a beautiful thing. You know, it warms my heart. And so being over here right now with you guys, I love it. Thank you for inviting me.
Thank you. Have you ever played in Japan and other countries outside Europe?
I have went to Japan a couple of times. We did Osaka and Tokyo. I've been to Australia. Actually going to Australia in March of next year. But yeah, I've been
more work,
maybe
overseas for you than in the USA or not? Right now.
Well, right now I travel more in the USA as right now. But you know, this year has been beautiful for me in Europe. You know, I actually got to come to Europe 3 times this year. This is my 3rd time in Europe, and I thank God for that. So hopefully, you know, I live my life over here in Europe, man. You know, I love it over here, man.
Well, you know it will be the first bluesman living in Europe.
Will I be? All right. First blues man from Mississippi.
Well, the father of your friend Bernard Allison, he was living here.
Bernard, Bernard Allison. Luther Allison.
Allison, sí,
Luther
en
Allison.
Alemania estuvo también.
No, pero el hijo vive en Francia.
I'm gonna make a little game, a musical game is called Blindfold test. You know, I play a little bit of one tune, and you told me about it. It's no guess.
It's not a quiz.
Guess who is, but you talk about it.
I answer to the best of my ability.
Baby, you don't make me no good. Yeah, I don't believe you, baby. I'll be the same way if I could.
You know him? The man with the 9-string guitar?
The 9-string guitar?
Memphis Slim?
No, Big Joe Williams.
The 9-string guitar, he made it.
Oh, okay. Big Joe Williams. Of course, CEDRIC Burnside.
You play that song too. These days.
We do play that song.
Yeah. I'm glad that you play so many classics, you know, like Second On Down and 44 Blues.
Yeah,
I like it.
We keep it going, man. That's where I'm from. That's my heart. You know, that blues right there.
That one?
This is Jesse Hip Hill.
Yeah.
Yes.
¿Cuál es que es?
Jesse Mayhem.
Yes, my
Are there right now any girl playing blues there in Mississippi?
Not that I know of right now. Yeah, if it is, I can't call any.
No.
Not young generation these days. You know. But you know, I got 3 daughters, and hopefully someday in the future.
The girls they prefer some rhythm and blues, and you know.
Well, my babies they real deal. Junior Kimbrough.
Yeah.
Esta era fácil.
No hard stuff. Gotta get some vocals.
Downtown.
Oh, John Lee Hooker.
Yeah.
I've been down all my day.
Sound like Junior Kimbrough.
Some man from Memphis area that played a style like you. He died this year, one of the deepest.
Mr. Robert Belford.
Yeah. Did you meet him?
I love Mr. Robert Belford.
One of the very best.
I love him, man. He just passed. I was at his funeral. Wow. That's Fred McDowell, right? Yeah. That guy that used to trip us out, man. Mr. Johnny Wood used to come there. He used to bring us candy. Man, we eat all the candy. He bring us more candy. Then him and Big Daddy, they'll sit there and play, and then they get drunk. And when he get drunk, boy, man, he be jumping around there with that harmonica, man. Boy, there was some times.
No, many harmonica players there with you. You play with some hard player?
Every now and then, I got a partner named Patrick Williams. He's out of New Orleans, and he's an awesome harmonica player. He actually played on me and Trent last CD, Hear Me When I Say, and he's amazing. If you haven't heard that CD, you gotta check it out. But not many from Mississippi that I heard of.
Did you recognize?
That's
one?
Robert Johnson, right?
No,
That's not Robert Johnson.
no, wait, one of his masters. Sorry.
Mr. I know.
Keep James.
He's one of the masters
sorry.
of Robert Johnson. Sorry.
Yeah, you knew it, Skip James.
It's the Bintonia style, you know?
Yeah.
Están haciendo famosa. Por nosotros igual no.
Madre mía, David.
That's how it is.
That's Sun House.
Yeah. Interesting game.
I know, man. Some of these songs, it's been years since I heard them. I got to think hard. That's Island Wolf.
Last week I was talking with CJ and Patty Green from Chicago.
Oh yeah.
And they say it and it's a bad time for the blues there because there are a lot of people from the Chicago blues that had died in
Really?
only a little year. Is the same in Mississippi? Or?
Well, I mean, we have more dying every year. We just lost a lot of greats, just like you said, Mr. Robert Bedford. We lost him. We lost Mr. T. Martha Ford. But we still got Trent Dad is I want to say the last one. That's Mr. Joe Ayers. And he actually was one of the original bass players for Junior Kimbrough. But now, he plays guitar now as well. So he's about the last one left that's, in the old generation, like Mr. Junior Kimbrough now, but, we there, we part of the source. And so, to get closer to them, you got to come through us. And I think we can keep their music going as well as our own, and I'm just happy to do it, man.
Well, we are fortunate because there are a good new generation.
Well, thank you so very much.
Not many musicians play an acoustic now, acoustic guitar all the time like Robert Bedford. Not many.
Yeah,
So,
I know what you mean.
yeah. And it's a different thing than playing with drums and electric.
Electric guitar.
It's more intimate. It's another thing.
Well, I like real. I like raw. What you see is what you get. What comes from your heart, it's just what comes out. Whether you like it or not.
The last one is this one. It's an old, very old.
I want to say Charlie Patton.
What?
Charlie Patton?
No, it's contemporary, Charlie Patton, but it's Tommy Johnson.
Tommy Johnson.
Actually, it's
very close. Very
another
close to
master
Charlie
for
Patton.
Robert Johnson too, like Leroy Carr and Skip James.
Yeah, okay. It's kind of around that Charlie Patton, style to me.
The great
I like
style. And many classics like Big Road Blues.
Yeah, I like it. I love that voice. The voice is so, it grabs you,
Do you have many records at home? Records to listening or to learn music from them? What kind of records you love the most? Or
I like a lot of music, but I listen to, you know, little Muddy Waters, little Howlin' Wolf, you know, John Lee Hooker. I love them guys. I also listen to a lot of my Big Daddy, you know, and Junior Kimbrough, of course. That's where I come from. But I don't have no big, wide range of blues artists that I listen to. You know, if I hear something on the radio that I like, I listen at it. You know, Booker White, might listen to a little Booker White. You know, Parchment Farm Blues. Everybody love that song. You know, I might listen to a little ZZ Hill if they play it on the, you know, radio, because that's what my Big Daddy and them all let us listen to. My favorites is Mr. Muddy Waters and, you know, Howlin' Wolf, John Lee Hooker.
Like going home, woke up this morning all alive. I had was gone. Woke up this morning all alive. I had was gone. Late in the evening, I feel like going home.
That sounds real good, man.
Great.